10 ways to trick your brain to do hard things. Hey there guys! Thank you for dropping by again. Okay, we admit, it's been a very lazy day these past few days. And we've been slouching on our couch, or should we say, glued to our couch all day and just find it too hard to get up and deal with the things on the sink and the dozens or so chores. Wait, are you saying that you've been experiencing these things too? Well, maybe you can understand how hard it is to force yourself in doing the things that you don't just want to do, but you need to. It's like forcing yourself to carry a 100-pound barbell, right? To finally beat all the all-powerful lazy bum in us, we finally got up on our sticky couches and searched for tried and tested ways to shake off the laziness and unwillingness in us, so we can deal and put an end on our pending chores. But before revealing these brilliant ways, please subscribe to our channel and hit the notification button to see our latest offerings. With the ways that we will reveal today, you will discover that there's one effective way to beat your laziness for good. That is to trick your brain. But how could you possibly do that? Here are the tried and tested ways. Trick number 1. Think of what you will lose. The thought of losing something is way more powerful than the thoughts of gaining something. Every task or chore that you keep on putting off has a corresponding consequence, like losing the rewards in accomplishing it. Regrets would surely follow after canceling your chance of getting that reward. Nobody wants to carry the feeling of regret. The regret of knowing that you can experience a certain reward but chose not to take it. Regret is such a sticky feeling that is hard to let go, and it loves to replay itself over and over again inside your mind. Because of these things, there are people who prefer to wrestle with their laziness and their unwillingness to do a specific task rather than suffering from regrets that would surely come if they choose not to take action. Be on this side, folks. Be on this side. Trick number 2. Think that by doing nothing, you're actually doing something terrible. Doing nothing is not always synonymous with laziness, but there are circumstances where doing nothing means fear. A fear of a person that he might do something terrible. And for him, indecision is a haven to protect himself from embarrassment and blame. But everybody must realize that by doing nothing, you are still doing something. And that something is sabotaging yourself. By choosing not to do something, you are depriving yourself of the rich experiences you can learn by choosing to act. And the lessons you can gain from it are what can make you a better person. By doing nothing, you'll be stagnant, outdated, and inexperienced, which is a few meters away from being dead. Every successful person that you and I know today have achieved their status and success by taking action and accepted its risks, no matter how painful it could be. They may have been mentally and emotionally bruised along the way, but they know how to use those things to advance and attain progress. They were bruised. They were wounded, but they ended up being very successful. Those who were so afraid of taking any action at all became laggards and losers later in their lives. Trick number 3. Think that if you doubt in your decision, someone would steal the prize from you. We live in an ultra-competitive world and everyone wants prize, including the prize intended for you. We should all be reminded that we only deserve the things we worked hard for, and if you're lazy, doubtful, and complacent, someone would surely swoop and steal an opportunity from you. In this competitive world, no one would forgive you for your laziness and indecisiveness. Everyone is an eagle waiting for a helpless mouse to loiter around and catch it with its dagger claws. To act quickly is not to say that you should be reckless and complacent, but you should only allow a healthy dose of doubt that would enable you to act quickly and not to be drowned by negative self-talk. Trick number 4. Think that life is short. Deadlines ironically keep us alive. When we are aware that we're running out of time, the strength to do what is necessary keeps on growing. It also strengthens us to dump the worthless things in our life for good. When we have a sense of unlimited time, we tend to indulge in the luxury of being complacent, to put off the things that should be done, and consume our energy on unnecessary things. That is the life of countless people today, which can be likened to an unlimited hourglass that gives us enough time to doze around and accomplish very important things only when we want to. By changing how you see yourself, it will literally change your life. Life, if you'll just take a closer look, is just really short. It's not even a fraction of eternity. Just like an hourglass, our years, months, days, hours, and minutes are just like sands on an hourglass that keep on pouring down every day. Whether you like it or not, it will all run out soon. Thinking about life this way would not only humble us, but would make us realign our priorities, deal with the things that we keep on putting off, and letting go of the things that are unproductive and unworthy. Trick number 5, the 5-second rule. Our brain's tendency to replay its habits over and over again is called a habit loop. Every time we refrain from disrupting this loop, it will keep on repeating its series of habits. If the habits which make up your brain's habit loop are all productive, then it's terrific. But what if this loop is made up of a series of damaging and unproductive habits? Then it's time to disrupt it and establish a whole new loop. But how? Through the 5-second rule. According to Mel Robbins, a motivational speaker and author of the 5-second rule, a 5-second gap separates idea and action. Our brain tends to protect us from any ideas and decisions that are outside our comfort zone. So, if we had an idea that our brain considers risky and unsafe, our brain's habit loop would waste no time and spin aggressively to prevent us from doing those things to protect us. But we can disrupt this menacing loop by acting quickly through the 5-second rule. Robbins says that when we encounter fear, we should respond by counting up to 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just like that. According to her, by counting 5 seconds, you are disrupting and overcoming your brain's habit loops, which would enable you to take a different action. By repeatedly doing this, you will establish a new habit loop that can make you productive, motivated, and brave. Trick number 6, the 20-second rule. This rule was created by happiness expert Shawn Achor and author of The Happiness Advantage. The purpose of this rule is to make it easy for you to accomplish the things that are good for you and make it hard for yourself to do the things that are bad for you. For example, to reduce your consumption of unhealthy foods like junk foods, make it easy for yourself to consume healthier foods like fruits, and make it hard for yourself to eat junk foods. To do this, you may put a couple of fruits and a bottle of water at your bedside table, so these healthy foods are within your reach right after you wake up. For the tasty but salty and unhealthy junk food, you may put them on areas that would require you to exert more effort to reach them, like putting them on a separate cabinet with a lock. The idea here is to provide yourself a punishment like a 20+ seconds of extra effort in getting the things that are bad for you to discourage you from getting them, and instead prefer the ones that are more accessible to you. Trick number 7. Turn your giant task into bite-sized tasks. The reason why you're so overwhelmed with a certain task is because it is so big, which makes it easy to freeze on your tracks and delay its accomplishment. So, what's the secret of effectively dragging yourself away from your couch and finally start accomplishing a big task? The answer? Make it bite-sized. To finish a giant task, what you need to do is to plan carefully and determine the right way to divide your big task into smaller ones, turning it into small daily tasks so you can finish something every day. This approach would not only keep you closer from accomplishing a giant task, but would also ensure a quality output in your work. Trick number 8. Remember the past hurdles you've overcome before. Each of us has a specific thing that we've overcome before. Back then, it was so hard for us, thinking that it was impossible to overcome. But we did. If there are things that you need to beam again inside your mind, these are the worthy things you need to pick up from your memory. Remember your past challenges and victories. How did you overcome that big hurdle? What are the things you did? What sacrifices and risks did you take that time? And most importantly, what are your reasons in overcoming those challenges? The answers to these questions would be your powerful motivation to fuel your will in overcoming your present hurdle. You've overcome your past challenges before, so there's no reason why you shouldn't strive to win over your challenges today. Trick number 9. Remember that you won't be proud of yourself. Slouching all day on the couch isn't something you can be proud of, right? Procrastinating on that big task isn't something you can be proud of, right? Succumbing to your laziness isn't something you can be proud of, right? Should we go on? The point here is, the things that are worthy of praise are the things that we are not willing to do. One of the most demotivating things in this world is finding it hard to search for an authentic thing where you can be proud of yourself. Always remember that your current challenge gives you an immense opportunity to do something where you can be proud of yourself in the future. The question is, would you let this big chance slip out of your hands? Trick number 10. Whatever you do with your pending task is a manifestation of who you are. The true personality of a person comes into full light when he experiences things outside his comfort zone. In situations where you need to do a necessary decision or task, how do you respond? Did you freeze on your tracks? Were you bold enough to face it? Did you exert self-discipline by choosing to wrestle with yourself and shake off your unwillingness? How did you respond? Always remember that how you deal with the things that you need to do in life is a reflection of your personality, of what's inside you. The question is, what would you see? Hope you didn't get lazy finishing our top 10 video for today. These are tried and tested ways that have helped countless people in various parts of the world to push themselves in overcoming the weight of their unwillingness to accomplish the most important things in their life. Before we end, please don't forget to subscribe on our channel and hit the like button to see our latest offerings. Get out of your couch, folks. Thanks for watching and see you again.